Last week, we learned to pay ourselves first, to run our own income like a tiny, disciplined business. And it works, as long as there's only one of you. Because here's the quiet thing every money book so far has assumed, that you're a solo operator. One brain, deciding, spending, saving alone. But most money on earth isn't run by one person. It's run by two people, two histories, two completely different brains sharing one bank balance. And that, it turns out, is where budgets don't just wobble, they detonate. So today, the book about the most dangerous money in the world, the joint kind. I'm the Monocle, and this is the Budget Wars, where the great money books argue with each other and you walk away with what actually works. Stay to the end, and I'll hand you a free one-page plan built for two people, even if you keep your money completely separate. No app, no bank login, no merging your accounts. And the third idea today is the one that lets you stay yourself. Keep your own money, your own style, and still never fight about it again. Almost nobody tells couples this out loud. Let's start with the fight itself. Because couples are convinced they're fighting about money. They almost never are. We assume it's the amount. If we just earned a little more, the arguments would stop. So we chase the raise, the bonus, the side hustle, and the arguments don't stop. Because the amount was never the problem. Watch a couple fight over $40 and watch the same couple fight over $40,000. Same fight, same faces, bigger number. What they're actually fighting about is meaning. To one of them, that money is safety. To the other, it's freedom. And they've never once said that out loud to each other. This book says every one of us carries a hidden money personality, wired in years before we ever met our partner. And once you can name yours, the fight changes shape entirely. Here they are. Idea 1. You didn't choose how you feel about money. You inherited it from your parents, your childhood, the first time money made you feel safe or scared. The book sketches a handful of these wirings. First, the saver and the spender, the oldest couple in the world. One feels calm watching it pile up. The other feels alive watching it do something. Then the security seeker and the risk taker. One wants the money locked in a vault where nothing can touch it. The other wants it out in the world, planted, growing, taking a chance. And then, my favorite, the flyer. The one who genuinely doesn't think about money at all. Not reckless, just serenely unbothered by the whole subject. Notice none of these is the wrong one. The saver isn't wiser than the spender. The security seeker isn't safer than the risk taker. They're just different operating systems, running on the same joint account. So the first move isn't to fix your partner, it's to figure out which of these you are, and honestly which two your partner is blended from. Idea 2. And here's the cruel joke of romance. Nobody is just one type. You're a blend, a main personality, and a quiet second one underneath. And the cruel joke is this. We don't marry our own type. We're drawn, almost magnetically, to our opposite, and then we spend years furious that they aren't more like us. Here's why that's actually good news. Think about it. A saver marries a spender. Left alone, the saver would hoard every coin and never live. The spender would enjoy every coin and never keep one. Apart, both go to extremes. Together, if they stop fighting long enough to notice, they're a thermostat. The saver stops them going broke. The spender stops them missing their own life. The opposite isn't your enemy, it's your balance. So the reframe is enormous. Your partner isn't being difficult. Your partner is being a different, perfectly valid type, the exact one that someday quietly saves you from yourself. But And this is the whole book. Knowing your types doesn't end the fight. Two good people with two good systems still crash daily if there's no traffic light between them. Which brings us to idea 3, the one I promised. And it is almost boring in its simplicity. The couples who never fight about money aren't more in love. They just have a meeting. The book calls it a regular money huddle. Same time each week or month. Calm. Short. Not a courtroom. Not an ambush. A scheduled, boring little check-in about the numbers. And the magic is in the timing. Most couples only ever talk about money mid-crisis. The card declines. The bill lands. Someone finds the receipt. That's the worst possible moment to negotiate anything. The huddle moves the conversation out of the crisis and into a quiet, chosen moment, where nobody's ambushed, nobody's defending, and you can actually make a plan instead of scoring a point. 2 rules keep it working: total transparency, no secret account, no hidden card, nothing you'd flinch to show, and agreed roles. One of you runs the day-to-day, but every big decision is made together. That's the whole secret the calm couples never say out loud. They didn't win the argument. They stopped having the argument by putting it on a schedule, with the lights on. Idea 4, and this is the structure that makes all of it survive contact with real life. You do not have to melt your 2 money brains into one. Most relationship advice screams the opposite. Merge everything. One big joint account, total union, or you don't really trust each other. And for a lot of couples, that's exactly what lights the fights. Because a shared account forces 2 personalities to feel every single one of each other's transactions. The saver watches the spender live. The spender feels the saver flinch. All day, every day. So the book structure is gentler and honestly wiser. Keep your own account each. Your money, your style, your small guilt-free freedom. Nobody converting to the other's religion. And then the one shared account that changes everything. Not for you and not for me. For us. And how you fund it is the quiet trick almost no couple gets right. Watch. Every month, the joint bills, rent, groceries, the shared life get their number, and each of you sends your fair share into that middle account. Proportional to what you earn, if that feels fairer. Now look what happened. The shared life is fully funded and transparent, but what's left in your account is genuinely yours, to save, to spend, to fly, with no one auditing your coffee. That's the piece the book is really selling. Not 2 people forced into one style, but a system holding the middle, so 2 different brains can stay 2 different brains, and still build one life. So let's put the whole peace treaty together. 1. You each have a money personality, wired in long ago. 2. You married your opposite, and that opposite is your balance. 3. You stop trying to win and start having a calm, scheduled money huddle, transparent with agreed roles. 4. Separate accounts plus one shared us account that funds the joint life. Notice what vanished from that list: merging everything, converting your partner, winning the argument, earning more in the hope the fights stop. None of it made the cut. Every book so far ran your money as if you were alone. This one admits the truth. There are 2 of you, 2 brains, and the goal was never to make them one. It was to let them work as 2, in peace. So here's your move this week. I've built this onto that same free 1-page plan, but this version has 2 columns and 1 shared middle, laid out exactly for 2 people who keep their money separate. It's free. It lives in Google Sheets or Notion, and it will never ask for anyone's bank login. You just fill in the shared number together. The link is waiting below. Then do one small thing. Book your first money huddle. 15 minutes, tea, lights on, and tell me in the comments which money personality you are and which one you married. Be honest. I read them. And next episode, we leave the modern world entirely, 4,000 years back, to the oldest money advice ever written down. No apps, no accounts, no couples counseling, just a handful of ancient rules that still quietly beat every tool on your phone. I'll see you there.